Welcome to the first episode of the Sketchbook Heroes. I am Mighty Morphin Power Ilias.
And I am Teenage Mutant Ninja Robert. Together we fight the evil forces of...
Odd Block!
Artists of the world unite. Step out of your comfort zone into the danger zone.
They loved 80s cartoons, even with beards and tattoos. You know they haven't changed at all. Filling sketchbooks every night, getting better with each line. Sketchbook Heroes, imagination burning. Sketchbook Heroes, sketchbook hero pick up. Sketchbook Heroes, they don't seem to have any line.
I don't know.
I love it.
Okay, welcome everyone.
Welcome.
I just heard like in the world of tomorrow.
Yeah, me too. That's why I got that voice.
Oh man.
Thanks for having me over.
No worries, man. I couldn't see myself doing this podcast with anyone else than Robert, so...
Appreciate it, man. Yeah. My name is Robert, now that you know.
Yeah, and I am Ilias, the Mighty Morphin Power Ilias.
And yeah, together we do fight the evil forces of art blocks and other art-related items.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe not fight them.
We don't really fight them, yeah. So, first episode, first episode.
Yeah,
Holy crap!
I know.
This took like way longer to plan than I estimated. Like in the beginning.
yeah, I know.
Whew.
Good job, man. Seriously. It's fucking tireless.
But I don't know why it took so long. You know, everything just like it didn't. Like I wanted it to be good. Just like not the best out there, but just a good production.
Yeah. I think it's just the curse of being sort of an artist type person.
Yeah, exactly. Never satisfied.
Yeah, because obviously you could draw any type of scribble and call it art and
Exactly.
sell it, but we don't work that way, I think.
Unless you're paying a lot of money.
Unless you're a tattoo artist.
No, just kidding.
So, yeah. So, I don't know. Do you want to do like a small intro? Why are we doing this?
Oh, yeah. Why we're doing this? I just felt that...
You wanted to do it?
Yeah, exactly. No, but I felt that there was a little void. I know there are some art blocks. I know there are some podcasts out there, but I don't feel that they're all very like sort of niche to their artists or like the type of art that they talk about. I just want to talk, about art supplies. I want to talk about inspiration. I want to talk about everything. So
Yeah.
here we are. Big shout out to my employer, King, that lets us use the sound studio at work to record Sketchbook Heroes. Super appreciated.
Very much. Like, crazy much. We wouldn't be here without you guys.
Yeah.
So, thank you, King.
Big thanks to King and the alcohol-free beer.
Yes. We love that too. But also with alcohol. Oh, sorry.
Better with alcohol!
And that's what we do.
Indeed.
Indeed. So,
Yeah, man.
yeah. Today's topic? Are we jumping into that? Or are
No,
we doing
man.
a policy thing?
Introductions!
Intro? Really?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Oh,
no.
I'll go first.
Do it.
I am Ilias.
The youngest.
And yeah, the youngest by a couple of months. I'm a game artist at King and also do freelance work. Currently working with Microsoft, being their little Surface Pro ambassador.
Nice.
And a father of two. What about you, Robert?
And yeah, my name is Robert. I am a tattoo apprentice and freelance illustrator. Worked with quite a lot of companies, but most recently worked for Lego in Denmark, doing graphic design and illustrations. So that's me.
Awesome, dude.
You're awesome.
Okay.
Yes.
So, moving on.
Moving on. Topic is, what is today's topic? After you drink, of course. Yes, gurgling noises. Very nice. art block. The forces that we are battling.
Yes, the forces that we are battling.
But I am actually currently battling these fucking forces. So this is no joke. And we decided to do this topic today because I actually do have an art block. What is an art block, Ilias?
I would say it's sort of disruption in your creative process.
Very nicely put. Perfect.
So it's sort of like no matter what you're trying to do, it just doesn't happen, you know?
Yeah. And that's exactly what it is. Yeah. I don't know. I've had it for a couple of weeks now. And I try to produce.
Yeah. I feel you there.
But it's just nothing's happening. Like, I would like to compare this to a sexual experience, but maybe shouldn't. But I think a lot of guys know what I'm talking about.
How did we get here?
The noise comes to mind when I think of an art block.
All right. Thank you for that visual experience.
Yes, there you go. But yeah, no, so I've tried to just create stuff and do things, and just nothing's happening. Like, so I don't know. So today we're going to talk about, okay, how can we solve this, and how do you get past it or something?
Yeah, well, I guess this one is a bit different for everyone, I guess. Personally, I just avoid, like, I can do professional work usually when I'm art blocked, because I have sort of
distance between it, or
no, not that. It's that I have a brief, not always, but it's still like it's not for me personally. You know, like, so it's easier to sort of tackle. Yeah. Like, it's a client that wants a logo, or I don't do logos, but they want a specific thing.
Yeah,
they want this girl's face. They want, you know, this character. They want this background, and that's sort of easier because I'm not creating for me. I'm getting paid to do something. That is fine. Yeah. Like, it doesn't matter. There is no art block.
Plus, they're going to chew it up anyways.
Exactly. It's kind of... Exactly. Yeah. Depending on who you're working for, things will change. Yeah. And
especially in freelancing.
Yeah.
I think it's the worst.
Yeah, when they change your colors and do stuff. That is not something they do with my stuff, though. No. I'm very specific.
Well, that's good.
But when it comes to, like, how you tackle art block, like, you either just let it sort of have its role. You just, like, you know, you do the easiest thing to do, not draw. Like, you watch movies, you read comics, books.
Yeah, that's where I am.
Playing games, yeah.
Well, for me, it's the opposite, because I try to create as much as I can when I feel the art block being there. So I'm trying to break through.
You're trying to force it?
Yeah, pretty much. So what I normally do is I try to step out of my normal routine, and I try to do something new. So in this case, I chose watercolors because I normally don't work with colors that much. If you've seen my stuff, anybody out there, you can see that I primarily work with grayscale. I love working with that. But in this case, trying to break through this one, I worked with watercolors, still doing my normal things, but colors. But it didn't help. So now I'm stuck. So now I'm doing what Ilias just talked about. I'm sort of locking myself in, just watching cartoons and movies, reading comic books, listening to audiobooks, anything that, you know, can give me just a little spark of inspiration. Actually just started playing Mad Max. Max Payne.
Max Payne, yeah.
Yeah. It's actually sparked a lot of cool, like, comic stuff like ideas, in my head. Yeah. Fucking really cool. Love it. But yeah, now comes the other side of this when I'm just too busy to actually draw.
Yeah, so that's where I'm at. Yeah. So I've just totally let it go for now.
Let it go. Let it go.
Yes.
Had to.
So yeah, I've actually, like, this whole, like, Christmas holiday thing, haven't drawn shiznits. Like, nothing. Squat. I've just sort of, like, I watch Penny Dreadful. That's what I've been doing. I'm on the 3rd season. I've seen, like, a couple of episodes, and that's where I'm at right now. Like, I feel like when I sit to actually draw, I stress about it. I'm not art blocked. It's just that I don't have, like, I would just be forcing it with the limited time that I have with kids, family, freelance, podcast. And I thought, like, fuck it. I'm just going to do my thing.
Nice.
I'm just going to watch movies, you know, like, I've seen, like, a lot of TV shows now, movies. That's where I'm at.
But I think it's really cool that you actually can take, or how do you say, like, you can take time to do that.
Yeah.
You know? It's a luxury that we don't really have.
No.
And that's why I feel the same, because now, like, this Christmas I took like a little over a week off, and that's more than I've had for, I don't know, 2 years or something.
Yeah.
And I think that's sort of where my art block came into fruition, or how you say it, you know?
Sweet.
Because I finally had a lot of time and I really wanted to do stuff.
Yeah.
But then my brain exploded with way too much stuff that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
TV shows I want to see, comics that I want to read, movies I want to see, and stuff I want to create.
Yes.
And I cannot do all of these things at the same time. And then I prioritized the art stuff, and it just... bleh.
Yeah. That's what happens.
So, the pressure.
Yeah. But other ways to sort of tackle that, I guess, is if you don't want to stop drawing, a nice way that we used to do back in the day when we didn't know what to draw, for example, we sat at coffee shops, me and our friend Prakash. We used to sit at coffee shops and sort of like, okay, we're going to draw faces, for example. We take the phone timer, sort of like, okay, we're going to do like like expressions, like facial expressions.
Yeah.
You'll have a maximum of like 1 minute or 2 minutes, you know. And then we'd bang out all these like little facial expressions. And, you know, people at the coffee shop were seeing us because we were making the faces we were drawing. So that was sort of like, it was fun for them. And we were just like, oh, fuck, how does this look? You know, like, what does angry with blah, blah, blah look? And then we would just like do the face and try to draw the feel. And there was this mom and her daughter, like an older daughter. And they were just looking at us and laughing because we looked so stupid. But it was, you know, like the time, like, it's not about creating good stuff. It's just about getting the practice. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. You just need to sort of figure these things out. And just because of that, I didn't create, like, awesome art to show you guys. But I did create, like, I figured out facial expressions better. Because instead of drawing, you know, like, blank 45-degree... you know, like stare, you could do a 45-degree sort of like angry stare, you know, like, or you did something with it, or you turned the head around, or like the neck, you know, like something happened. Yeah. Because we would specify like looking up and screaming in anger, for example, or like anything. And then we'd have that timer that made sure that we didn't overthink it. Yeah. You just made the expression.
Just do it.
Exactly.
And it would take, like, because I love these exercises. I thought they were the best.
Yeah, because they really did help.
And I should really do stuff like that now. But
I guess it's harder to do them by yourself when you're unmotivated.
You really need to force yourself to do this stuff. And I am not that motivated at the moment. So I'm going to take my time and watch my shows.
Well, that's fine.
But yeah, no, I really loved that. And I loved just doing the whole coffee shop thing.
The coffee shop thing is
I
the
loved
best.
it.
Yeah.
So, like, I would say that's one of the best tips, actually. Just get together with your friends.
Yeah, have them force you.
Yeah. Because, I mean, you inspire me more than anybody.
Yeah, the same here, man.
So, just, you know, being around creative people. Also, like, for me in the shop with all the other guys, like, they always inspire me so much. And they always do things. And they have the same problem, you know, but... again, when you're working in the environment, you just force yourself to do it. And when I come up and I'm like, holy shit, that looks awesome, man. That's so fucking cool. And they were actually in a runt and they didn't feel anything was good. But me saying that might have sparked
exactly.
You know?
You appreciate each other's, like, sort of, because when you draw faces, like when you draw portraits, actually, in your sketchbook, and you sit beside Robert and he just like lines it up and then sort of goes over with the Copics. It is insane.
Dude.
Like, he does them in, like, in an hour, he has, like, the whole thing. You know, like, and not even, like, in half an hour, he'll have most of it. And it's, like, when you see that live, you're like, what the fuck? I've, like, redrawn this little doodle for,
Dude,
like,
you're
5
making
seconds.
me blush.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, you don't feel that when you're drawing it.
No.
But when you see someone drawing live and, like, fast, it's very inspiring for me, at least. I'm like, oh my God, my last portrait took me like 45 years. You know what I mean? The contrast there is sort of like, oh my God, yeah, I want to do that.
Thanks, man.
So it is like healthy to sort of meet people.
Yeah, really.
Friends.
So I think that's probably one of the best tips.
Yeah. Just get out there, do stuff.
But also remembering the exercises, just...
any topic works there. Like, it could be draw a car in 2 minutes.
Exactly, and we did that always because we never draw cars.
And I still suck at cars.
Yeah, me too.
I didn't do that one enough.
Nope.
But the faces are really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, cars and horses and animals like that. Holy crap.
Damn, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried drawing a horse now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't.
It's not postable.
No.
It's like posted stuff.
The last one I did sort of looked like I don't know, a mutant bulldog-ish.
Yeah. Other things, yeah. My horses sometimes look like dogs. You know, like they're sort of like, and it's always side view.
Yeah.
It's not like there's no like a horse in 45-degree angle. You know, like from any like perspective. You know, like there is no.
When you draw a face straight ahead from a horse.
Yeah.
What do you get?
Well, yeah.
Exactly.
It's garbage. So yeah, one more thing you could actually do with art block is like take the stuff that you really suck at. You know, like the exercises is one example, but just do studies. Because you will never be as rewarded as when you do studies of shit you don't understand. Like cars, you know, motorcycle engines, or, you know, whatever the fuck you want to draw.
Yeah.
Or like
the stuff you don't want to draw.
No, the things you want to draw, but you don't want to draw them because you suck. So what you would do is sort of, I have tons of those topics. But the thing is to sort of do that. Like, it doesn't have to be good. Since you're not going to draw anything else anyway, you might as well just spend that time doing boring studies.
Yeah.
And if studies sort of like kill you from the inside, do a study and then just for your satisfaction, like add something to it that is the twist. Like I used to do, I was going to do, it was, what is it called? I'm really bad at outfits, you know, like clothing. Like any type of cloth. I just suck. It just looks like a doodled cloth and doesn't look, you know, like a t-shirt. It doesn't look like a...
It doesn't feel natural.
It doesn't feel natural or like there was no depth or like weight in it.
Yeah, I had the same fucking problem.
And what I would do is sort of like, I'd look up Pinterest. I'd find like images that I like. Like, you know, I don't search for, I just pick fashion, men or women, whatever. And then I would draw just the clothes and then replace the heads with robots and the hands. You know, everything that was like sort of like was supposed to be skin, I turned into like robots. You know, because I suck at mechs, but I really want to draw mechs.
Yeah.
So I turned them into mechs.
So now you're learning both clothes and robots.
Exactly. So you're doing the study, but you're making them
something more.
And I tried to keep it like, I didn't do them like, I didn't want to spend too much time doing the studies, you know, like where I spent like 45 days on like rendering the clothes. I just want to get that sort of the feel in my, like, to develop. But so I did a couple of those.
And they look awesome.
And they're fun, you know, like
I love
they're rewarding, and you just like do whatever. Like put horses. If you love drawing horses, but you want to draw clothes, then you draw the people, and then you put a horse's head on them. You know, like it doesn't matter what it is, like a fish head looking straight up. Just do whatever the hell you need to do to sort of do the boring thing or the tedious thing.
Yeah.
And then add your twist at the end, because you've done the study, you've learned something. Then do your fun stuff, and then when you do studies as well, remember to sort of try to do them without the reference as well.
Yeah.
To sort of see if you've learned anything. Yeah.
I need to keep reminding myself to tell people and to do it myself.
Yeah, definitely. It's
Because, I have a niece, Sophia.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a niche. I was like, oh, you have a niche? Yeah, what is your niche, Robert?
No, but she's really, really good. Like, she's 13 years old, and she draws the way I did when I was 18. So,
Yay!
yeah, they're taking over, man.
We need to kill the young.
But she's really, or for me at least, I think she's really stuck with just reproducing stuff. You know,
Okay, yeah, she's just drawing
images.
From images, yeah.
So, and I actually forgot to tell her this that we just said.
To the Sketchmobile!
Nice. But yeah, so Sophia, if you're listening, remember to try and draw the stuff from your head after you've drawn it from
She's out
an
smoking,
image.
you know this.
Yeah, I know
Younglings.
Yeah. Don't smoke.
Just listening to the podcast behind the house smoking. Oh my god.
We know. All right.
I am watching you.
gonna
Which is
tell your
also
mom.
very creepy. Don't call the police.
Yes. You're good people. All right. Yeah. So recapping the art block.
Yeah.
Elias.
Don't draw is one.
Yeah.
Just do other stuff. Play video games.
That's easy.
Super fun.
Super fun.
Super fun! When you play video games, like,
Yeah.
as opposed to other things, you don't think about anything. You get so immersed into
I
the
know.
whole thing, you know, like, you don't have problems, you don't have children, you don't have fires to, like, it could be a fire around me. Like, my daughter scared the life out of me playing video games, you know. Like, I was so immersed, and then she came and, like, touched me. I was like, yeah! And I was playing Tomb Raider, of all things.
Yeah, that's a scary game.
But it is. It has its moments. The newer ones, not the square boob ones. Don't like those.
You can actually get that.
Nice.
For the new
Unlock.
one.
Yeah. I saw that. I was like, do you want to know? I'm not that into nostalgia.
No.
But yeah, play video games, watch movies, you know, listen to music, go to museums, you know, whatever.
Cultivate
Don't draw.
yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Don't
Yeah.
draw. Just do fun stuff
Yes.
that you enjoy outside of drawing. Like go to the gym, lift pump with the iron. Yeah, I don't
Actually,
know. Yeah. Do anything.
Anything.
Yeah. Anything that is for you creative or inspiring.
Yeah. Or you can try and step out of your sort of
Comfort zone.
into the danger zone.
Nailed
it.
No.
No. But yeah, so I try new mediums and different stuff that I don't normally do. And normally it actually unlocks something new.
Like bondage.
Yes,
No, I'm sorry.
you had to. You had to know
I
that,
had to,
of
yeah.
course.
Of course.
But yeah, so for me, for example, the watercolors, doing the color stuff, blah, blah, blah. I don't normally do that. You know, I tried something new. It was fun, but it didn't work. So, but at least I tried it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. And then we had the challenges, like challenge yourself or do studies. We call the part challenges. I don't know why. It just became a thing. Like, oh, let's do challenges.
Yeah.
So either meet up with friends and do them together, which is the easier way of doing it because you can't do anything else if you're in that.
No.
But otherwise, just like take a timer and just draw.
Yeah.
A super fun exercise regarding that actually is to draw poses. I love drawing poses. Like there are no faces here. And then you sort of bang them out like super fast.
I wonder how many million poses I've seen you draw.
Yeah. And I don't do any detail at all. Like the hands are like gloves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the head is sort of like a ball or like a oval thingy majig. It's not important.
More like a mannequin.
Yeah, exactly. But you flesh them out. Like you don't even think about the pose you're drawing. You're sort of just like this. And when you draw a couple of these, it starts off like you're supposed to go into a trance, sort of. Like do this for like 20 minutes, and you get a lot of poses. Some are garbage, but the best thing is that you can sort of revisit them later. Like let's say you failed on pose number 3, then you just move on, and then like 5 poses later, you just try that idea again. And then you draw without thinking, except if you're really unsatisfied with something, you can sort of like go back and try it again a couple of poses later, because you might have figured something out, or you will figure something out. So it's super awesome.
Nice.
And then again, time yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you time yourself, there's no time to overthink shit.
No.
And that's what we do. That's an art blog pretty much as well. It's
Always.
overthinking, like, oh, I need to do something original.
Exactly.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Because there's Dan Luvisi and some Asian kids somewhere, like, they're 13 and they're better than you. So don't try to be original. Just remember why you're drawing pretty much.
Just have fun.
Yeah.
And force yourself.
Yes. Force. May the force
Be in
somewhere else. This joke. This joke is garbage.
Yeah, that was
Garbage!
We tried.
We tried.
Star Wars reference.
Okay. If we
Yes.
sound tired or
Or Swedish.
say Swedish shit, yeah, it's because we're Swedish.
And
So,
tired.
Yes. Swedish and tired. That is a thing.
That's us.
It gets
Sketchbook.
dark really early here,
Yeah, 3 o'clock.
and then we have a lot of activities, extracurricular activities outside of work.
Yeah,
So we get tired.
very much. But yeah, this is fun.
Yeah. But I think that wraps it up, right?
Yeah, I think so.
We'll do a quicker recap.
Yeah,
Don't draw. Do fun stuff like drawing, movies, games.
very good. Create new things or using new
Yeah,
things.
buy new tools or
Or
use
sculpt
tools.
or whatever. Something new that you haven't tried.
Yeah, do challenges.
Do challenges. Different challenges.
Different challenges. Studies. Whatever.
Yeah,
That's it.
easy.
You should be free.
Ta-da!
I don't know.
Yeah, we
No,
probably
but it-
fucked it up.
Yeah, that was a terrible recap. I'm sorry.
No.
No, we're not.
Hopefully this helped. If one of you got helped by this, I'm happy.
I'm not.
And
You all are helped.
I feel inspired.
Or I will
So
get
this is
Mighty Morphin Power Ilias.
Yes, don't. Please don't.
No.
No.
No, don't get him. Okay,
Don't get
okay, I
him.
was like, don't do that.
No.
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 Yeah.
All right,
Man,
so
that wraps that up.
moving into, are we doing art supply
Art
stuff?
supplies.
Yeah.
Because we love the art supplies.
We do.
So, in the future, we will review different art supplies.
Yes.
So, if you are a creative brand, you can always reach out to us to test your stuff on the podcast. Or we'll actually try it outside of the podcast and then
Yes.
talk about it on the podcast.
Because that's what we do. We talk.
Yes. So, if you want to reach out with your sketchbooks, your pens, your stuff that is artsy,
Fartsy?
yeah, reach us at hello@sketchbookheroes.com.
That is hello@sketchbookheroes.com.
Exactly. And if you send us a sketchbook, for example, we will doodle in it. And then every now and then we will send them to our listeners, like with a doodle in it. I'll do something, Robert will draw something in it. Sometimes it will be awesome, and sometimes we will draw garbage.
Yes.
But we will still send it to you. Confidence.
Very much.
Ah.
Yes. But yeah, so that would be really cool. And
Yeah. So today,
today,
I want to talk about, like, I get a question above all else. It's always about, what kind of paper is that, brah? Okay, I don't know what accent that was, but I get that question a lot. And it's not only a paper, it's a sketchbook. Okay, it's a bound thing. I don't know what kind of paper. It's recycled.
yeah, that's all we know.
Yes, exactly. 9 live.
Paper with 9
9
lives. Check them out at purpers.com.
Exactly.
Just amazing. Like, seriously, I can't praise them enough. They've elevated my art style in ways I would never have imagined.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
And
crazy.
like 80% of everything on my Instagram is purpose. Like if you see the sketchbook is an A5 that we have, and it's toned or tanned paper depending on where you live and what type of brand of paper you use. But it's called either tanned or toned,
Yeah.
which means brown, beige, whatever. No, but it is like brownish,
Yeah,
right?
for me, I see it as skin color-ish,
Ish, yeah, exactly. Like a darker skin color, like a nice suntan.
which is really good for tattoo sketches.
Exactly. And this sketchbook is just a delight, you know, like if you work in the style that me and Robert do, it's awesome.
Yeah,
You get like the mid value in your drawing
for free.
for free.
Yeah,
And then you can go light or dark. And you can play around with highlights from scratch. You can put them at the end, you know, it doesn't matter. Oh, well, it does matter because highlights are hard to paint over.
You shouldn't start with the
The
highlights.
highlights. Oh, like, I'll just throw a couple of highlights. Yeah, but this sketchbook is amazeballs.
Yeah.
And I don't know why.
Well, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Ain't no lie.
And like I think like if you're gonna work in it, I guess that the grayscale Copic markers, Copic, what was it? Copic.
I always say
Yeah,
Copic.
yeah, I think it's Copic.
So it's Copic.
It's Copic. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you say it one way, it's the other way.
Yeah, exactly.
Art supplies and their names.
Yeah.
Uh,
And that's what I always use.
yeah, I think like I don't think the brand of like markers matters.
No,
like, it
not
doesn't
really.
matter.
You could
I-
probably use Pro markers.
Yeah, I
or,
think everything works because I've used like tons of them.
Yeah.
Five
But
different-
you've tried even more material than I have.
Oh, but I've
Using
yeah,
like,
exactly.
crayons and whatever.
Oh, yeah, in the book. You
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah. We can actually go through that as well.
Yeah.
Since this podcast will
already
be a bit
opened.
shorter than the
Yeah.
rest, we have some time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've used crayons and markers. Liners work, but the thinner ones, like depending on how crisp you want the lines, they sort of, like the paper has some tooth to it, which
Yeah.
means sort of like for the ones of you that might not have like English as your first language, which we don't, but it's pretty much the tooth of the paper is like how much texture there is
Yeah,
to
the
it.
grain.
Yeah, the grain of, exactly. The texture, and it'll affect the way you draw.
Yeah.
And I think this is like, it's pretty subtle until you actually use brush pens or liners.
Where you can
Because
just-
you get that,
That
yeah,
little
exactly.
stain or whatever.
Well, it doesn't really stain, but it's sort of like
It sticks.
misses. Yeah. It doesn't fill. It's not a smooth line. You get a bit like with the brush pens, you get too much of a dry brush
Yeah.
effect.
Yeah.
And I'm terrible with dry brush, so
Yeah, I don't. I just fill in black areas.
yeah,
with
exactly. I use
brush.
Copics, and I don't have to think about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it does bleed through
Yes.
a lot, but I
It's-
don't care.
It's worth it.
Yeah, you just put up scrap paper behind it, and you're good.
Yeah.
Because I think people are very obsessed with the bleeding through with Copic. They will. They bleed through pretty much everything.
And actually, I don't think they affect the paper behind it. Not when
They-
I do.
Oh, it depends on. Yeah, it all
Sometimes
comes
I can get like a little bit of a stain.
Yeah, but I think it has to do with what do you call it? Confidence in the way you draw.
Yeah, well,
Like it's-
I always,
yeah.
like you said, I
you do.
try to work really fast.
Yeah, and then it doesn't bleed through at all. Like it does bleed through to the other side of your paper, but
Yeah,
it doesn't
yeah.
bleed onto the next.
Exactly. So I can always
yeah.
use the next arc.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I've tried watercolors, and
Yeah,
I think they work pretty well.
Yep.
The only bad thing is that the paper is pretty thin. So
Yeah.
if you use a lot of water, it will crumble up
but
a
it's
bit.
not watercolor paper, so yeah, I understand
That
the
happens
paper.
with pretty much all thinner type of papers.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't really think it matters that much. It looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
I love the look of a sketchbook when it's really used and you have those
it's
crumpled
sort of-
paper.
Yeah.
and
Or
like,
when you see the book, it's sort of like not, like when you bought it, like
It's
straight.
not
the pages
perfect.
Yeah, it's not perfect. I also like that.
Like it's got some years on it, you know.
That is cool. Another thing I've tried in the sketchbook. Oh shit! You said watercolor, right?
Yeah.
You did that, and I really like drawing in it with the color erase from Prismacolor, the erasable color pencils.
Yep.
And the best thing about them is that you sort of like, if you want to just put a base, like a little sketch, just to, sort of guide your painting. If you're going to, I love painting more than I love sketching, or I don't know. That is a lie. Don't quote me on that ever. But sometimes I just want to paint. I don't actually want to sketch. I just want to paint something. I want some colors. I want to try them out.
You want to color in. An
I
area.
want to color in something. Yeah. Or like I want, like, let's say you have some, like a green lamp hitting like pale skin, whatever. And you want to just paint that. You don't want to do so I usually just take those erasable pens.
Colors, yeah.
Yeah. And I sort of sketch the whole thing really fast. And once I have the areas that I don't like, I'll just leave them. And you'll sort of erase them because the paper sort of, it's a bit, how do you call it? It's like a rug, like it has those grain, little like strands of, like.
Yeah, it's almost hairy.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a kiwi. Kiwi. I don't know. Yeah,
We're
guys
Swedish.
know. Yeah, the fruit. It's sort of that, but the sort of hairs are not that big.
The fruit.
The fruit. Enjoy the fruitcake, said guy in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck. I'm sorry. Yeah, back to the kiwi paper. No, but yeah, the sketchbook is really awesome. You do the sketch and it sort of erases itself, the parts that you don't want, and the parts that you actually do want. You take a really light Copic pen, like a warm gray 1
Or 0.
or 0. I think the 1 is like the better because, but it depends on how much you want that sketch to show. But I usually take a light one, and I color in the lines. Like I fix the pencil. I draw over it with that marker, and it fixates the pen. Yeah, the color
It's almost
pencil.
like a lacquer on.
Exactly. So what happens there is that you never lose that sketch again. It looks like a pencil drawn, like a color pencil drawn sketch, but it's very light, but it never gets erased by your hand sort of scrubbing against it. And then you can paint over it.
Yeah.
Like you'll have some, it'll shine through somewhat, depending on the medium that you want to go over it with, but it's super awesome.
I love that because it adds that little extra thing to your.
And you've seen the sketches, how much they pop, like when you do when you paint in the sketchbook, because it's, oh man, the paper just like, when you go heavy on the color or highlights or something, it just jumps out of the paper.
Yeah, love it.
And especially in daylight, that stuff is just like, you're on. Oh yeah, one thing about the sketchbook, it's super hard to photograph well. Like what I'm seeing, and how I take the photo. Like the photo is okay, but it doesn't live up to that. That sort of like.
No, you almost need to like film it.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
go over it with the camera so you can really see it from all angles to make it, come alive the way you see it.
Exactly.
But then again, that doesn't even work.
That doesn't.
You
yeah,
need
exactly.
to hold it. You need to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But I suck at photographing all my
But
stuff.
so do I.
I
I'm
can
garbage.
never
And
ever
Swedish, like winters, which is like all year.
Yeah.
No, but
Thanks.
it's very dark, and you have very limited sun, like during the winters.
Yeah.
So your photographing window is pretty small. Like I draw at night. I draw in like.
Yeah, I draw.
You have a couple of
evenings.
hours of like good light, and you might not even have sun that day. You know that. Like
No.
It doesn't get through the sort of the clouds.
You get it gray always. Gray
It's like
all day and then dark.
yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, that's why I think pretty much all of my images look yellow.
Yeah,
Because
like, yeah.
Because I don't really give a shit. Like, I think, I've come past that point where I'm like, well, fuck it. I just want to, this is what I did. Ta-da. There it is. But then again, you shouldn't think that way because...
No, you should always represent your work in the
you
best way,
should.
I guess.
So don't listen to me. Take time, photograph your stuff, light it well.
Yeah.
If you're proud of your work, take the extra time to photograph it. I
Or
think.
give them like a little preview and then take a better shot later.
Yeah, I think that's a good
Unless
thing.
you've given them like 47 previews, then I hate you.
Yeah.
No,
But,
but the Purpose Sketchbook though,
Purpose.
again, that's what we're talking about. This is not a sponsored thing.
No.
We just love the sketchbook and we get too many questions about it.
Exactly.
And when we've done this podcast, people will still ask questions about it.
Yes.
But you could always talk to your like art supplier and have them order it in, I guess, from the shop.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to get here.
Yeah,
we have the
no,
one-
but we have that one shop.
Yeah.
And they also sent us a couple of free ones for
Yes.
shouting them out.
La, la, la,
Yeah, Purpose people. Super
yeah.
excited. Yeah, I have 5.
That's why we love them.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, that is.
We were shouting them out before they even had Instagram.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't
So-
even have Instagram. We just thought that they
I
were
think
awesome.
we probably started because we got all those questions.
No, but that is, yeah, exactly.
So, but yeah, no, take it from us.
Mm-hmm.
We love sketchbooks. We've tried many, many different kinds, but this one is just always going to have a very close spot to my heart.
Yeah,
Like,
it's the one I use like 95% of the time.
Yeah.
I have more sketchbooks. I just love this one.
Yeah. Yeah, same here.
There's something about it.
Always
like,
come back.
Yeah,
I always go back to it.
Because I was trying to find a replacement because toned paper. But no.
No.
Like, you always want to come back to the sketchbook.
Yeah. I would love if they did a thicker, like...
Yes, that paper thicker. Yeah. I
So
would
you
love
could
that so you could use
go
it for
crazy.
other. Yeah.
like
I totally agree.
acrylics and watercolor stuff. They probably do have thicker.
I don't know if they do actually, but the thing is, what I would love for it to have thicker paper is so that the piece of paper could be sort of like framed well, like because the paper is a bit not flimsy
But frail.
but it is exactly. I would love to have it a bit sturdier so you don't have that like
Yeah, so you get it more like a board.
yeah,
almost.
exactly. Yeah, like I would love it to be like sort of 180.
Yeah, I was gonna say almost 200.
Yeah, exactly. That would have been it would feel so luxurious and it would be nice to like sort of draw commissions on it or do something.
All right.
Okay,
so that was...
let's summarize
yeah.
the Purple Sketchbook.
Summarize.
Okay, the sketchbook. Oh, by the way, on the Purple Sketchbook, the binding is very frail if you use it like we do. If you just toss it in your bag, that's what I'm saying. Get some sort of like leather case for it. Or it doesn't have to be leather. Have something like pleather. Save the animals. You don't have to kill a little lamb for it. Like a cow. Just like put it in something protective.
Yeah.
Because the back of the book will break, and then you will use like tape or whatever else. So take care of the book, because it is the outside is also like recycled, so it breaks.
It's also kiwi.
It's also like a kiwi. Yeah, exactly. It's a bound kiwi book.
Yeah. No, but it is very, very fragile, and
the pages won't come out, but the esoteric,
outside
esoteric part of it will break. If you can say that word there, I don't know.
esoteric.
Sweet. Yeah. So it can break.
Yes. Good point.
So
Right.
the webpage to get them, or I don't know if you can actually get them from that webpage, but I don't know. I think you can.
Yeah, I think so too.
I've never ordered one from there. We have them in Stockholm.
Yes.
At Materialbutiken.
Very good.
At Södermalm.
Folkungagatan.
Yes. Swedish places.
Good
For
stuff.
all you Swedes that are listening. But
Thank you.
other than that, it is purpers.com.
Yep. Purpers. P-U-R times 2.
P-U-R-S.com.
Very good.
Good.
All right.
All right, moving on.
Moving on. So this is my favorite part of the podcast. Obviously, I love the podcast, and obviously this is the first episode, so obviously I'm saying obviously a lot.
Obviously.
But
It's obviously.
we're 80s kids.
Sorry.
What? Yeah.
Obviously, we are 80s kids.
Obviously. So we're from the 80s, and we love all the old sort of stuff that we today call retro stuff.
Yay!
So we appropriately, I would say, named this part of the show the Retro Roulette.
I don't know what that
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. That's from Blackjack.
Yes. Yeah, let's do it.
But yeah, so what is the Retro Roulette? Do you want to take us through it?
Okay, yeah. So Retro Roulette is pretty much we pick a topic, or like like a TV show, a game, a cartoon, anything from the past that has sort of inspired us and brought us to where we are today.
Well put. That is exactly what it is.
Alrighty.
Alrighty. So,
No, just kidding.
seeing as this is the first episode,
Yeah.
I wanted to pick something that was really close to my heart, or our hearts,
Our hearts.
hearts of hearts. And
What?
that was Kurt Russell.
Exactly. Kurt Russell was in
yeah.
our hearts.
No, So today we're gonna talk about Big Trouble in Little...
China.
That is what it is. Yes. So Big Trouble in Little China. If you haven't seen this movie,
Then I got news for you, son. I got 99 problems. No, just
then you have no problems. But you should watch it.
yeah, I'm prepared.
Yeah.
The acting is way not what you'll expect, but it's still good.
So the movie is from 1986. And Wikipedia actually classes it as a American dark fantasy martial arts film.
And that's where the podcast also sort of, that's the genre that we're aiming for.
Perfect. It's perfect.
Can you choose that on iTunes? Like
I think so.
like horror, medieval, blah, 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 fantasy, sci-fi, fiction.
Dark fantasy martial arts.
That's what I said.
Yeah. But American dark fantasy martial
American
arts.
dark and
So
fantasy.
We are Swedish dark fantasy.
When
It's
you
not the
say
same.
that, it sounds like you're like sort of like
Dark
know,
fantasy.
Like, no, yeah, like you're holding in the the rewind for
Dark fantasy martial arts.
fantasy.
Yeah. But anyways, so yeah, from 86. That's we were 2 years old.
2 years
when this
old.
came out. That's how
Yeah,
old
I
we
saw
are.
it at the cinema with my mom.
No, I never saw it at the cinema.
Nah, neither did I. Don't think
I wish I did. But yeah, so it stars Kurt Russell, obviously, and Kim Cattrall. And if you don't know who that is Samantha from Sex and the City. Yes, the Sex in the City.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
And then some other people. But it's directed by none other than John Carpenter.
Steven Spielberg.
John Carpenter.
What?
Yes. He didn't write this. So if you think he wrote it, he didn't.
You've got
just
one
directed
problem out of 99.
it. Exactly. But he really, really wanted to do a martial arts film.
Yeah.
Like he was that was one of his dreams, and this was a dream project for him. So the film had, I think, a budget of like 20 million.
Ooh, yeah.
And
Under the Hollywood umbrella.
yes, exactly. And it grossed about 11. Big time. Just like the art block.
Yeah, the analogy of the art block
Yeah.
that Robert described.
Yes, let's not talk about that.
Or is it called an analogy? I don't know.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
But yeah, but the 11 million that was only in America, I don't know how much it grossed worldwide.
Garbage.
Not much.
Hey, it can't have been good.
No sequel. They were actually talking about a sequel at some point. Because it does end with like a sort of cliffhanger.
Oh, it does,
Ish.
yeah, with the... Yeah,
I'm not going to spoil it for you guys who haven't seen it, but...
It's from 86.
Yeah, but still.
Damn it.
Most of the people listening to this weren't even thought up.
What the, yeah,
86.
that is actually true.
Yeah.
Children.
But it's just, I think... I'm not going to go into like a lot more information about it.
Except that the production teams... No.
No. But I mean, yeah, so it did really poorly when it came out, but today it's got like an 80+% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is really, really, really good.
A lot of 80s people out there.
Yeah, big time. But yeah, so I don't know. For me, it just opened up a whole new world of movie.
Oh man, it was so different from a lot of the things. I think this one, maybe Labyrinth. I don't remember when Labyrinth came out, like early 90s.
I still haven't seen Labyrinth, actually. Is it worth a
No,
watch?
it's totally worth watching. Like,
Okay.
but all these movies, they were doing something different. It's
Yeah.
like Legend
Oh,
with Tom
yeah.
Cruise.
Yeah,
you know?
oh, man, love
like
it.
they had that big horned devil dude and everything. No, but I mean, like all
Is it a
those.
Family Guy thing when he points the eye out of Quagmire?
No, but that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like no one else was doing this.
No, they pushed the limit, like,
Yeah.
or the bar, I would say. And this one, yeah, for sure. Just especially mixing in the martial arts element into the whole thing.
Oh man. And if you watch it now, it's garbage. Like the martial art is so poor.
Say
it
one
is-
80s movie
I know,
with
I
good
know,
martial arts.
No, but it depends on like the actors, I guess. Like, because these were just like, I think they had one martial artist guy and then some people in costumes. Like, we need Asian people, you know. And then they were just like, not martial arting. They were just like they were holding swords and sort of screaming and jumping to the sides and.
But it's
that was-
actually the first movie without us actually knowing it
Yeah.
with Jackie Chan. that I saw, at least.
Oh, yeah. He was somewhere in the back.
Yeah, not a lot of people know this, but that's. I think was it his first American movie then?
No, I don't know, actually. But yeah, it's somewhere. I still I've read where he is, but I haven't
seen
but
it.
I rewatched it like last year, like a year ago, pretty much last Christmas, which isn't the
Gave you my heart.
Yeah, but yeah. Last Christmas. Oh my god.
There's a little
I fell into that one.
George
Sorry.
Michael, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Thank God. No, just kidding. No.
So dark.
So dark. I
Oh,
worked on like 7 of his shows here in Sweden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. I built the stage that he was on, bruh.
So you love him? Loved?
Yeah.
No.
No, not a big fan.
But anyways, so yeah,
Yeah.
you watched it.
Yeah, but I didn't. I read that fact after I watched it.
But I have seen it.
Oh, you have?
I
But it's the
watched
fight
it.
scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, with
But
low
it was
pan.
just like,
oh shit, I didn't
whoa,
even notice.
that
Yeah.
was- yeah.
But the best thing about these type of movies is that how they inspired generations. Like after that, like there are so many references that sort of lead back to this movie. Like, who do you think Mortal Kombat's Raiden is?
Exactly.
Like, clearly a steal from this movie. You know.
Yeah, that's not even a gentle ripoff.
No,
That's
it's a straw.
from
Let's look at yeah.
from the fucking movie straight into the game.
Because they had these 3 characters that had different abilities. One was like
Lightning,
they were called the
thunder,
3
and
storms and wind, I guess. Yeah, and these guys were like Asian super martial arts. I don't know, magicians. How the fuck do I know?
Straw hats.
Straw hats, exactly. Who didn't think straw hats were awesome back in the day? You know,
Still do.
and still do. Yeah, I was just like, ooh.
Fuck, I haven't drawn a straw hat in a while. I should.
Mm-hmm.
I should. I was never good at it.
But you know, so Lord Raiden is got like an Asian martial artist with a straw hat that does lightning. They can draw lightning from wherever, you know,
Yeah.
magic. And then you have, I think the new Turtles show, this like the Nickelodeon one, has that as well. Like they have the 3 storms, and they have a villain that is Lopan, that is called something similar to Lopan.
Snow pants.
Snowpan. Frying pan. No, sorry. But yeah, and they've even like taken the original music and done a little, you know, thing with it.
I think
So it
the
sounds
music was
like it.
John Carpenter actually made the music.
I don't remember, man.
He does a lot of his own soundtracks.
But it
yeah,
is super awesome. And it doesn't stop there. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They even used, oh, by the way, they used the line from the movie. It's all
It's all in the reflex.
But Lopan says it here.
Oh, okay.
She throws a knife at him in the Turtles show, and he catches it and says that line.
It's all in the reflexes.
Yes, it's super funny. And
Awesome.
that's what I love about all these things.
Yeah.
Like, they leave a mark, you know. And I think it was more back then than now. Right now, everyone has the budget to do whatever, you know, like fantasy, sci-fi, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
It doesn't
and it's
matter.
all, but it's all the same though.
But it is all the same because everyone's
Nobody-
using sort of the same. Like, I think the problem is budget. People have too much money. They can do whatever. They don't have to be as creative. I think
No, but
creative.
I think they're limited when they get that big a budget. They have to make money. So
Oh, definitely,
they can't
No,
afford to
definitely.
take any risks.
Yeah, I know,
So
I
that's
know.
why they make the same fucking movie over and over and over and over again. And
Yeah, because
you
it is
get,
a safe bet. Yeah.
Yeah, and you get Twilight 572.
But they needed to tell the story.
Yeah, or whatever.
Glittery vampire guy.
Yeah. 50 Shades of Brown.
What?
I don't know.
He means it's shit.
Yeah.
Sorry. I was slow on that.
But yeah, no. So pretty much what we're saying is they're not gonna make the next Big Trouble in Little China.
What?
But I think this is like it's not off topic, but almost. But I think Guardians of the Galaxy was sort of like it's not Big Trouble in Little China, but it sort of went there. You know,
Yeah.
very risky. You know, let's throw a talking tree and a talking raccoon into the movie. It'll be fine. They'll love them. Coolest characters ever.
Actually pulled them off pretty well, yeah.
Yeah.
I was a bit worried. I'm always worried with computer-generated characters
But these, yeah,
Oh yeah, they worked
nailed-
fine. Yeah,
nailed
yeah,
them.
they were really nice.
Let's not talk about
But I think-
computer animated stuff.
No.
Oh, don't see Rogue One. Or see Rogue One. It's a good movie, but don't look at the animated stuff.
No, I think they have some cool stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
anything else
topic.
about the movie except Kurt Russell, man?
Kurt Russell, of course.
And
My
I think
hero.
what I loved about those movies as well was the sort of like the dialogue was pretty.
Shit.
Yeah, but it kind of
In a good way.
that's what does it though.
Shit.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. My life is shit. Yeah. Said no one ever.
But yeah, Kurt Russell.
Oh man, but yeah, the thing is, the way they can deliver their lines with that, you know, like the
I love the whole, like, when he's
I love,
talking
like,
in the...
one-liners, you know.
In the truck, he's talking to, like, himself pretty much, but all the other truckers.
Yeah, all the other truckers. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it, it's such a...
I don't remember the name
What
of
was the call sign?
Yeah, I don't
his-
remember. Yeah, I don't remember now. It's been another year. I'm old.
Something
remember
old Jack, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, exactly. I don't remember.
Something the old Jack Burton always used to say, la la la, it's all in the reflexes. I don't know. But yeah, anyways, epic one-liners.
Yeah, and I think that's what I loved about everything, like, from there on after. Like, I love one-liners.
Yeah.
They don't work in new movies in the same way.
No.
But in these old ones, you sort of expect them to.
Yeah.
You know, like The Last Boy Scout that we loved.
Lethal Weapon one.
Lethal Weapon. Yeah, all these movies had, like, they delivered, you know, a couple
Yeah.
of one-liners.
Die
Except
Hard.
Arnold, I guess. He just had one-liners. Like
He had
was
one-worders.
the script. Yeah. It's like at work, we found the script for Terminator, and we sort of did the lines like, "Why are your eyes leaking? I'm a cybernetic organism." While working, that's what we do.
Nice.
The people that brought you Candy Crush also brought you the Terminator.
Genius. But yeah.
Fun to work.
But yeah, so I don't think I have a lot more to say about Big Trouble, actually.
No, neither do I. It's just that one of those movies that sort of like, you know, sparked such an interest for, like, I don't know. I can't really explain because it's not that type of movie that it's not something that we draw.
No.
But it's still sort of, you know, like the inspiration that you could take out of it as a kid. They had martial arts. They had mystical martial arts wizards. They had
magic.
they had monsters. Yeah.
Floating one-eyed blob.
Exactly. The like
That had nothing to do with anything in the movie, but it was still there.
yeah, exactly. And it was so awesome as a kid. Like, you went there and you drew the three storms because those were the biggest thing
Straw
for me.
hats,
Like,
man.
yeah, straw hats. That's right.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Yeah. I drew so many versions of them. Like I drew the one, you know, with the eye monster that you were talking about, like that guy and the one of the storms.
I love the spinning knives guy.
Oh
Man,
yeah. And,
so fucking
I actually
cool.
loved Wind, who had those little like orange balls that he could like, send away with wind, and it would kick Kurt Russell's ass or Jack Burton's ass. But oh man. I can't explain it. It was new. No one had ever done it. Like, if someone came out with that movie now, you know, like, it'd be another one.
Yeah.
It'd be another type of fantasy sort of.
It was so original.
Yeah.
And that's why I think it flopped when it came. It was
Definitely.
too
Like,
weird.
No, but they said, like, I think they mentioned somewhere that they didn't know how to market it. Like, who the hell are we marketing this movie for? Is it, like, children, adults, you know, like young, like where are we? How do we promote this movie?
Because it is scary too. Like Lopan is pretty
It is
freaky.
creepy, yeah.
With the glowing eyes and the mouth and sucking energy out of stuff. I don't know.
Exactly, but it is still like a pretty harmless movie in that sense. Like I watched it when I was very small, like the first time.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, 4, 5, 6?
Probably.
Yeah. And I wasn't scared. I was more intrigued. Like, it was magical. It wasn't like watching Dracula for the first time.
No.
Like any of them with, you know, what's his name? Christopher Lee.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I shit my pants. You know, like, they were so creepy, like, the mood that they created.
Yeah.
But this movie was something different.
It still had that underlying
It had the
comedy,
Gremlins mystique. You know, the Gremlins mystique sort of thing.
Yeah. Oh, Gremlins.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I
yeah.
love it.
Another time. But, yeah. It had that sort of, like, it's supposed to be a little scary, but it's more like mysterious. You get drawn in, and you don't know where you are, what to expect, and like I wish I could unsee everything just to go back to that moment
and just rewatch it.
Yeah, just be
have it
clueless.
fresh.
Yeah, like with the mind that I have now, but to sort of watch it for the first time.
Yeah,
like,
man.
I haven't seen anything past
Oh,
that.
that
you know?
would be awesome. That would be so cool.
It would really sort of, I guess, blow my mind all over.
And I think the way it inspired me was probably just, thinking further and doing... Because, I mean, we did a lot of, like, stupid comic book stuff when we were
like
kids.
Turtles and stuff like that, yeah.
And I think that sort of made you think a lot further. Like, I can add this and I can do this. It kept that childhood stupid brain.
Yeah, but I think it's like...
just, fueled it.
When you see someone do a feat that no one has ever been able to do, like, oh, that guy can, I don't know, lift that much weight that no one has ever done before, and then everyone sort of starts doing it.
Yeah.
Like, they just broke the, like...
Yeah, they set the bar.
They just set the bar higher, like, oh, you can actually do that? Oh, shit. And then everyone started sort of, doing their thing with it. And then that's where we are today. Like, you have these pioneers, sort of. Like, they did something that was so fucking weird back then. But it also widened, like, what we're able to do today. And I wish I could sort of hone in on that more. I wish I could be as blown away now that I was back then.
I think there's probably a ton of movies we haven't seen that have that, like from back then. I mean, not
back then. Okay,
not Big Trouble in Little China.
But I agree.
In the same type of way, just such a weird, freaky movie, but that never ever got exposed in any way.
Yeah, in a good way.
Yeah,
for it to sort of grow. Yeah.
I mean, I can compare it to the Boondock Saints. when that came out.
Yeah.
It went straight to DVD. Nobody knew about it. A lot of people still don't know about it.
Yeah.
And it was like easily the best movie that year.
Yeah,
easily one of my favorite action movies of all time.
Yeah, it was super good.
But
I haven't seen it in a couple of years, but
yeah, I'm saving it.
Yeah,
savoring it.
Yeah, I might rewatch it because I haven't seen it since I don't even remember.
Yeah,
but it was super awesome. Yeah, that was another movie that's sort of like, oh shit, this is actually a sort of different type of action movie.
Exactly.
And also another one, if we're just gonna name drop, this is actually more current, like 2012, but the movie Chronicle.
Oh yeah!
Holy shit!
Where did that come from?
Yeah, where the fuck did that come from? Because that was like garbage budget.
Yeah.
But everything works. They sort of like, okay, we have this limitation. We can do some 3D effects, but we'll just like
you really
hold it back.
Yeah, and you really nailed it on the head. Like this, we have this thing.
Yeah,
we can't do everything. We have to save it. We have to do, okay, so what can we do? Well, I think this scene would work. And then you do the one scene with some effects, perfect. And then the rest, just fake it, whatever.
Exactly. And I think that is like, they really use the actors and the relationship of the actors.
Yeah.
So they hold back on a lot of the powers, like the effects. But when they do use them, you're so eager.
Yeah.
You just want to sort of you sort of feel like the kids in the movie.
Yeah.
And how their relationship sort of grows and breaks and whatever happens, like it's so good.
Genius.
And the budget I think was like for a movie, it was very low. I don't remember.
It wasn't $20 million, that's for sure.
No. But I think that is like limitation is what does it. Like
Deadpool.
Oh, Deadpool.
Yeah. Deadpool, man.
Woo! Yeah, and Deadpool is another movie that sort of like,
I mean, it still had budget, but
no, but it had a lot of budget cuts. Like we couldn't do this explosion there. We can do that here. We can they kept getting restricted.
I think they had a budget of 9 or 11 million.
Yeah,
and
they asked
Big Trouble in Little China had 20.
Yeah,
so think about that.
Yeah, definitely.
It's fucking amazing.
But the problem with Big Trouble in Little China was not limitations budget wise.
No,
it was what they were allowed to do. I think, because it is a Hollywood like production. And I think you mentioned like before, not on the podcast, but when we were discussing it before, that he sort of wanted to do more independent stuff after that because the experience was garbage.
Yeah. Well, I read that he was trashed by the studio, I guess, afterwards because the movie bombed and you couldn't do anything. And then he was just like, well, fuck you guys. I'll just do my own stuff. And he's still like, every movie he makes is like pushing boundaries and doing whatever he wants.
But I think that is the people that I admire the most. Like, sure, you can do stuff with $30 million.
Yeah.
But when people take less and do more with it,
exactly.
Oh man,
that's it. That is the key.
Yeah, I think limitations is always going to be key, man.
Yeah,
because it's like games. I'm just thinking back, like in the 90s when the Nintendo, or like even earlier when different consoles came out with their limitations, but they still were so damn creative, and they made some really like classics that are still like living
E.T.
today.
the game.
E.T. the game, exactly what I mean. And Jason Voorhees on the Commodore 64. Fantastic games with no logic.
So good.
But yeah, I think limitation though has created some iconic, sort of never forgettable games, movies,
Yeah, for sure.
that everyone's sort of ripping from now and making remakes from like this low budget crap that was created through limitation, and then they're just like, here's 300 million, do something again. Like, remake it. Make it better, stronger, faster.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But, yeah, I could talk about stuff forever.
I know. But, yeah, so just summarizing this is pretty much, if you haven't seen Big Trouble in Little China and you like old school B-movie...
You don't expect good acting.
Oh, hell no.
No. But see it for the fun of it. Like, see it with an open mind. If you are like a 90s, 2000 generation, and it wasn't like, if you were born late 90s, pretty much.
Yeah.
And it might be fun to sort of go back and see what they did with 20 million.
Yeah.
Because you're just going to laugh how they spent like 20 million.
For sure.
That movie could probably be done with less.
Yeah. Yeah, you should probably see it as a comedy now.
Yeah, but I think it is. It's a funny movie.
Yeah.
But don't expect the acting to be like really good. It's one of the earlier, like, Kurt Russell has been sort of a poster boy forever, like in commercials and stuff since he was a kid.
Yeah.
But in this movie, I don't know what it is. It feels like his first sort of acting role,
Yeah, almost.
But yeah,
that's such a good way to put it.
But it is like, it's so worth watching.
Oh man, I just remembered the scene when he does the Bruce Lee tribute, when he's the telephone repair guy, when he comes in with the glasses. Like he's got this costume on, he's got big nerdy glasses and the whole fixing telephones thing. Yeah, sorry, just something like that. Them putting in a gigantic tribute to Bruce Lee in what is it? I'm gonna misquote the movie, so I'm not gonna go there. But just stuff like that, little tidbits of awesomeness. Fucking it's so good. I'm gonna go home and watch it.
Yeah, I think if you watch it as a late like a teenager now, or like 90s, mid 90s somewhere and forward. If you watch that movie now, I think you might see a lot of influences to characters in games and stuff. Because I think maybe, I don't know if this is a thing, but Shang Tsung or whatever the hell his name was from, he's a low pan. Exactly, right?
Oh,
he's like a younger, more muscular low pan.
Easy. Yeah.
And
I think a lot of
on the
Mortal
first
Kombat.
one, I think he's more low pan-ish than he was in any of the other ones. But
I think he's gone back more to the low pan-ish, hasn't he?
But but I think if you watch that movie now, just watch it for the sake of sort of see what sort of stuff that you are into it has inspired.
And try to see the influences.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's, oh man.
They might be subtle, but they might be extremely obvious too.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's definitely worth
a watch, right?
Yeah.
And if you like superhero movies that aren't like with famous superheroes, you know, Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, whatever. If you like, watch Chronicle. It's about kids acquiring superpowers and how their different sort of dispositions in life form them, like what they become with their superpowers.
Yeah.
It's
so true.
It's so relatable. That's the thing. And oh man, I'm just gonna leave you with that. It's a low budget, like it has a budget. It's a good movie, but it is still, you know, like compared to anything else,
it's more an independent movie.
It's an independent movie, yeah.
Studio.
So watch it. We don't know if it is but I think it is an independent movie. I'm not sure. Don't quote us on anything, okay?
Yeah,
just watch the movie. You won't be disappointed.
Yeah, as you might hear, we don't really script our podcast.
Scripting. This is all scripted. We're just bad actors now.
No. So we don't really have time to look up the stuff that we're talking about all the time. So
because we are very busy.
Yes.
And we've mentioned that a couple of times.
So if we do misquote stuff, you know, don't kill us.
So to wrap this up, we would love if you guys could go into iTunes and give us a little, you know, like vote on us. Like the more votes we get, the higher up we rank on iTunes, and the more sort of listeners we can get, which is super fun.
Yeah.
Give us feedback, preferably on the homepage, which is sketchbookheroes.com. Simple. It'll lead you to our Facebook page where you can give us as much feedback as you want. And please share your thoughts, feedback, what you want to hear in the future, what sort of topics you want us to tackle, right?
Yeah.
And if you want to find us on social media, I am Ilias Patlis. And that's my handle, like at Ilias Patlis. Instagram, Twitter. And Robert, where can they find you?
Primarily on Instagram now. Just type in Rob Ekblom, Ekblom. And you will find me on Instagram, also Twitter. And that's, I think that's the easiest.
Yeah, and I reply on both equally.
Same here.
So,
share
some love. Share this podcast with friends, artists, anyone that you think would benefit from this.
Yes. Or anyone you want to mess with.
Yeah, exactly. Like bore them for an hour and a half. No, just kidding. But the thing is, we're going to try to keep the episode structure like this. We start off with the sort of storyline, 80s tribute thingy. And then a little small talk, you know. But we really want to hear what you guys think. Because me and Robert, we won't have time in the beginning right now, since we both have jobs and freelance and stuff. We won't have time to sort of, you know, like create video content. But we will always link to the things that we talk about. If we talk about
a website
or something, we will put it in the show notes.
Yeah.
You will find them there, and you will also find them on our Facebook page, which is the sketchbookheroes.com page. It'll take you to Facebook. And there we will put the information that you need.
Yep.
So,
that's it.
With that said, guys, we're out.
We're out.
Sketchbook Heroes!
Yeah! Thanks a lot.
Yeehaw, Meemaw.
Nice.
Yeah. Artists of the world unite. Step out of your comfort zone into the danger zone.